Let's now cut across live visuals coming in of the Apple CEO Tim Cook as the store is all set to open. Celebrations begin. Let's cut across to my colleague Karishma, who's joining us live there. Karishma, we can see loud cheers, a lot of celebrations taking place as India gets its second Apple Store.
Well, it's absolutely, Pratibha. These are the live scenes from Select City Walk. At the moment, my camera person is going to pan and show you how the mall is just filled with people wanting to get into the Apple Store. There was a countdown just few seconds ago to open the Apple Store, and the excitement is palpable here in Select City Walk. This is the queue of entire people who want to get into the Apple Store. It has been inaugurated now at 10 a.m. sharp, and all these people very excited to see. We can still hear them celebrating where the Apple Store is. There is so much crowd here in Select City Walk. Everyone wanting to get a glimpse of the Apple Store, the flagship store, the second store that India has got after it's opened in Select City Walk today. People are cheering for the Apple Store to be opened up, for them to be let in. There is a huge media presence also here in Select City Walk to see what this Apple Store is all about after the first one opened in Mumbai. Just to once again show you, this is on the first floor, but not just this floor, even the floor above this, people have gathered to just have a glimpse of the Apple Store, of how it is being opened, of how it is being inaugurated. Even downstairs you can see there is flagship store to be here, because remember, the idea behind the flagship store about it, what does it mean for the flagship store to be here? Because remember, the idea behind the flagship store is that it has to be more of an experience than just buying or selling products. So it is going to be a very exciting moment for all the people who have gathered here. We are continuously showing you visuals of people gathering, of the staff of this newly opened Apple Store, very excited, celebrating with the first few customers that are going to be let in to the Apple Store. So it is, of course, Select City Walk at this moment is just packed with people wanting to get inside the Apple Store to have their very first glimpse of how this is going to look from inside, what is going to be the experience for people who love their Apple products, Pratibha.
Okay, Karishma, for those who are waiting to visit there, we can of course see a huge crowd that has gathered, and this is a very important moment for the Apple users, for people across the country as well, because of the investments coming in. But more importantly, take us through what in-store experience for the customers would be like at this store.
Well, absolutely, Pratibha. Like I said, the in-store experience is going to focus more on, creativity, on more, the genius part of it, of how to create with Apple products, whether it's an iPhone, whether it's an iPad. You can get into these stores. You can spend as much time as you want with the products that are there. You can understand the products, whether it's a MacBook, whether it's an iPad, whether it's an iPhone, iWatch, whatever it is. There is no compulsion to buy. Like earlier, we would go to a shop, we would buy the product and come back. Here you can, understand the product, see the product, spend time with the product, and then decide whether you want to go for it, not go for it, or just understand how to create with the product. There are so many people around over here who are here to, be a part of this experience, and I am going to try and speak to some of them. Excuse me, you are here,
Yes. It's very huge, it's very exciting to see all the things live here.
So अंदर जाके जो आप चीजें देखना चाहेंगे, किस तरीके का एक स्टोर एक्सपीरियंस चाहेंगे आप?
एक ट्रूली एप्पल एक्सपीरियंस जो आज तक नहीं था, वो इंडिया में पहली बार ही है, सेकंड टाइम.
So there are more people over here. I will try and understand from them also. You're here for the Apple experience. What would you want to say? What are you waiting to see when you step inside the store?
So actually this is like one of the new stores in India. So I'm very excited to witness what experience I get from here.
Are you an Apple fan? That is why are you here?
Sure. We all are Apple fans and even we have all the Apple products at our home.
All the Apple products. Are you looking to buy something today?
Probably if we find the experience more enthralling, then we'll surely buy.
There you have it. People are already excited to buy new products, but like I said, the flagship store, the idea behind it to have more and more people understand the product, time with the product, and then decide whether they want to buy or not. But just to once again show you how Select City Walk at this moment is looking, with only people till wherever your eyes go to get inside the Apple store. So it is of course a huge moment for India as well. The Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, also meeting PM Modi yesterday, meeting Rajiv Chandrasekaran yesterday. So of course Tim Cook has been giving a lot of importance to the India Connect. He landed in Mumbai earlier, met with the Ambanis, he met with the Bollywood celebrities, and now he is in Delhi. He is here at Select City Walk launching the second store. So of course a huge moment, and like we were speaking to people, there are so many more here. I will try and speak to more people as well. Sir, you're here for the Apple experience. What is it that you're looking forward to? What is it that you are looking forward to? So a lot of people, of course, excited to be here and, wanting to get inside, have their first store experience as well. It is going to be very exciting to see what happens when one gets inside the store. There was a sneak peek yesterday, but today it is going to be fully open to the customers. We can hear loud cheers, loud sounds. I'm going to ask my camera person to pan that side and show you from where these sounds are coming, from where people are celebrating over here. So like you can see, people are standing with their iPads in their hand, with their mobile phones in their hand, trying to get a glimpse of people that are standing there in the center. A lot of movement here at the Apple store in Select City Walk. We can hear constant clapping by the staff that is dressed in green t-shirts, just like how it was when the store opened in BKC. A lot of people on the top floor as well, wanting to get a glimpse of what's happening at the floor where the Apple store is, and people are very excited to be here. You can see even down, people are their phones on selfie sticks to get a glimpse of what's happening on the first floor. It's at the very center of the mall where the Apple store is. So clearly a very interesting moment indeed for all the people, for all Apple fans especially, who are waiting to get their first glimpse from inside the store. And there are more and more people over here. I'll try and sort of try and speak to more people. You're here for the Apple experience.
Yes.
What do you want to say?
Very good.
And what are you waiting to go inside and see? क्या देखना चाहते हो? किस product के लिए आए हो?
iPhone.
iPhone.
Yeah.
People already have their priorities in place. Some want to see an iPad, some want to see an iPhone, but more importantly, people who are here are waiting for that Apple experience. For long we've been deprived of it, but now we have two stores in India, two Apple flagship stores in India, Bombay and Delhi. And now people are just waiting to get their experience here at Select City Walk and understand as to what exactly happens in a flagship store. What are the kind of products, how do you learn with them? What do you do with them? How is it that you go ahead and buy it at a flagship store? So everything at this store is going to be new for everyone who steps in today. So a very important day as far as, the connect with Apple is concerned. And Tim Cook also emphasizing that when he had that meeting with PM Modi. And once again, just see, people are only increasing by the minute here in Select City Walk. This is the queue from where people are going to be allowed to enter in few batches into the stadium, into the store, from where they are going to be allowed to get their glimpse of the Apple store inside. They are going to be allowed to spend a lot of time inside to see what a flagship store is like and what happens inside. There is going to be huge staff presence as well over there. So, of course, we are also waiting for our turn to get inside. But for the moment, these are the visuals that we have for you. Back to you, Pratibha.
Moments there, as well as the Apple CEO Tim Cook is meeting a lot of Apple users, taking pictures with them. The fact that he is here is also extremely significant. Karishma, talking about the significance of his visit, it underlines how important a market India is for Apple, and this is also important because it now becomes a huge strategic focus for Apple as the supply chains move away from China, isn't it?
Well, it's absolutely, and Tim Cook's visit to India has only been emphasizing that. Like I said, in Mumbai earlier, he had very important meetings with the Ambanis. Then he met up with Bollywood celebrities as well. They were there at the store launch in BKC. There were pictures of him having a vada pav with Madhuri Dixit. Now we talk about Delhi. He's had meeting with PM Modi. He's had meetings with Rajiv Chandrasekharan. He's in fact met up with artists. His first stop in Delhi was the Lodi Art District, where he met up with an artist to understand how iPad is being used for his creativity. So of course Tim Cook has a very sharp focus on India and what India can do as far as the Apple market is concerned, and the flagship stores are of course the first step towards focusing on India very, very strongly. Like you pointed out, it is moving away from China and focusing on India. So it is going to be a very, very important strategic step as well to have two back-to-back flagship stores in India in two of the most important cities, which is of course Bombay and Delhi. Once again, just showing you the live visuals. Like I said, it's only increasing by the minute. The people that are here, and they are possibly going to spend an entire day here trying to get inside the Apple store, trying to buy a product or just have the flagship experience, but people are only increasing by the minute. They're taking videos, they're taking pictures. Some of them have brought their older Apple products, inspired by what we saw in BKC when a person bought his 1984 Macintosh HD, and it was so surprising for Tim Cook to see at that particular moment. So people have come in with their older Apple products as well, and the queue is only increasing. You can see it is moving now. So I am assuming that people have started getting into the Apple store now, batch by batch, and of course we are also waiting, like I said, to get inside, see how the flagship store looks from inside. But what a moment for Delhi to have its first flagship Apple store after Mumbai, and people are queuing up to get inside. And we were talking about how important this step is. That tells you how much time Tim Cook is spending in India, meeting with people, meeting with PM, meeting with Rajiv Chandrasekharan, meeting all other stakeholders as well, while also trying to emphasize on how Apple is being used in India. Apple products are being used in India to encourage creativity, to make lives of artists, musicians easier. He in fact met up with artists on Apple Music as well to understand how they are creating on Apple Music. So a lot of focus is on India, on Indian artists, and on people who are using Apple as in technology to further themselves in their respective careers, whether they're artists, whether they're musicians. So of course this is a huge step, because like I said, the flagship store experience is going to focus on giving an experience to its people, not just mere buying and selling of products. It is where you can come, it is where you can understand the product, sit with the product, learn the product, and then decide whether you want it, whether you don't want it. All of that is a separate topic. You can just come here, see the products. There are going to be many people here who are going to help you with the experience, whatever product it is that you want. And it is going to be very, very important experience for people, for creative people who want Apple products, who want people who are interested in iPhones. So of course very, very nice event over here as well. There are some young ones over here as well. You're here for the Apple experience, I'm sure. So what is it that you want to say? Are you excited to get inside the store?
I think it's a huge step for our country to be a part of something so big, because it basically is a symbol for India's urbanization. And I'm honestly quite excited to see what Apple does with their manufacturing for the country, and what they plan on doing further in their production side. So yeah.
And what about you? You're here, everyone's waiting to get a glimpse inside. She was talking about urbanization and how important it is to have an Apple flagship store.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, it's a huge investment and a huge step for Apple to invest in India. Apple has been in India for 25 years, and this is the first store they've ever. First was Mumbai one, this was second store. It's a huge jump because, as my friend said, 50% of majority of Apple's manufacturing is shifting to India. So it makes sense for them to have Apple stores, and it's a huge step for Apple and India as a country.
Well, there you have it, Pratibha, one of the youngest people that I've spoken to here who are standing in the queue and so clear in their thoughts about what it means for Apple to be opened in India, in Bombay, in Delhi. So that tells you the kind of market that India has, because people are very keen on buying Apple products here, and that is why possibly Tim Cook deciding to open 2 back-to-back flagship stores. We were told that this was something that was in the works since 2015, but now in 2023 it is when the dream has been realized, and Select City Walk is watching that dream unfold. The store being opened, and people, like I said, are only queuing up to get inside the store to have their first glimpse, to have their first Apple store experience. The queues have started moving now, so people are of course being let in turn by turn inside. We are told that they are going to be let inside in batches, so that it's not a lot of people at once and they can get the experience that they want in the Apple store. So of course a very nice moment here in Select City Walk. There's no comparison to what happened in BKC, but I think there's only the same amount of people here or more to get inside the Apple store. And like I said, many of them will be spending an entire day here trying to get inside the Apple store. But you have the Apple store staff in green t-shirts constantly trying to cheer up, clapping for all the customers that are going in, Pratibha.
Okay, all right. So the tech giant is bullish in India, and he has also spoken about how the company's manufacturing facilities in the coming years would be expanded. Karishma, thank you for joining us with those updates. We'll